Hey guys, I hope you're well. It is late. I've been out running the streets all day, went to an international festival with my little one, and just worked a bunch tonight. Anyway, tired. I am going to pull some cards for you. And we'll see what's happening out here. I have another deck coming, a really cool deck coming next week. I know, I'm a maniac, but I'm shuffling through my decks to figure out which ones I'm using the most, and I really love a couple of them. The nicer decks are the ones that I've gotten off Etsy, and I really like them. This one's huge. Huge. Kind of hard to shuffle. It's okay though. Okay. All right. Well, illusions. Great. Be careful of drama and falseness, being deceived by appearances or people, extreme emotions, idealizing a situation, or avoiding a difficult truth. Don't avoid those guys. Face the facts. Believe people when they tell you who they are. Okay. Significant drama from the past. Well, it is Mercury retrograde and also Venus in retrograde. And we just had the eclipse. It says irrational, unexplained fears, checking out in certain situations, overreactions to seemingly small problems. Oh, okay. Take the top one, but not the other three. We've got Taurus. Now, this is talking about, I took forever in making my mind about our connection. Instead of speaking to you, I would run away and indulge in unnecessary pleasures in order to ignore my feelings. Okay, so the positive parts, when this person is in their positive, practical, loyal, trustworthy, stable, takes pleasure in beauty, but in their negative, prejudiced, lazy, self-indulgent, slow-moving, stubborn, and materialistic. Those could be some characteristics of your person. They don't necessarily have to be a Taurus. Be careful of illusions that they're presenting. You know? My obsessive thinking got the best of me. I allowed my emotions and others' to control and dictate my emotions towards our connection. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. Imagine that. You know? There's probably someone that is very unhelpful giving bad advice, you know, about what should be in your connection. And the person is blindly taking that advice, or has blindly taken it, maybe becoming awakened to the fact that it's bad information. Drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, well. Listens to others and disregards their own feelings, as I was just friggin' saying. Ooh, Spirit, thank you. Knowingly goes along with other people's plans and ideas without thinking of their own well-being. People-pleasing. Oh, good Lord, imagine that. I followed blindly to what everyone else was telling me. They made me believe our connection wasn't real and that it was just a waste of my time. I know now that that was untrue. Oh, gee, I mean, these statements are all falling in line together, and there's two cards here. Family ties. Huh. Takes others for granted, stops learning from one another, stuck spiritually, helps each other grow, not only as individuals, but also as family ties. That, you know what? Honestly, the drinking the Kool-Aid, this person is being deluded by somebody that is supposed to be having their best interest at heart. Or if you were in a family with this person, if you have a family with this person, it says, I miss the family we created, or the family that could have been. I realize I made a mistake by walking away from my happiness. You are my life partner, my other half, and my confidant. Time is ticking. Things moving too fast or not moving at all. Time is difficult to calculate when in union, but feels never-ending when apart. I'm trying to be patient. I want to return, and I want to return to you. Being apart from you feels like an eternity. This person knows that whatever... Let me read this one, because I don't believe that I read this. I'm working on my self-worth. For a long time, I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. That comes from childhood beliefs. Man, that actually all falls very well in line, you know, with, Lord. It tells a whole story. A whole story. But you know what? People can throw up things that they, I mean, I don't even know. So, alright. Funny. And to go along with it, what I was just about to say is this. Before I read this card, people will tell you things that they don't really mean. Because they don't know how to handle your connection. Runner. Afraid of doing the work and selfish. Fears change, the unknown, and afraid of intimacy and unawakened. Doesn't feel worthy of your time, energy, and needs constant validation. Someone else told them that they weren't worthy. And they've been hearing this. And maybe even the bad advice is coming from someone saying, why would that person want you? What do they even want with you? Lord. I don't know what you want from me. I love you, but I can't give you what you need. I don't have the time or the capacity to understand our connection. It's best to leave it alone. This person just runs when they are conflicted. They're probably very avoidant, an avoidant personality type. Now there's 100 cards in this deck for these to be falling in line. In separation. This is somebody that you're in separation with. Boy. Someone runs away. Literally right next to the runner. Someone runs away. Runner. Someone runs away. Honeymoon phase ends. Insecurities and attachment issues. Avoidant attachment issues, to be specific. Begins to appear, causing a rift in a relationship. Because of the attachment issues, and they're scared to death of their own feelings. And the feelings of whether or not they're worthy. I am taking a pause. I needed to separate myself from you in order to work on my mind and soul. This is only temporary. I will eventually find my way back to you. Yeah, that's if you're available at that point, you know? I mean, if there were things in the works and you knew of it, I'm certain that you would make arrangements, but without knowing anything. Distance, separated by states, countries, continents, and oceans, could have meant in unusual circumstances or under unusual conditions. But this could mean that you are at a separation, like a physical or emotional or spiritual separation. Even with this distance, I know we were never truly apart. We had an instant connection that can never be matched. I'll travel the world to get closer to you. It seems to say that when this person gets their poop in a group, that they will do whatever it takes to get that, you know? Ghosted. Unable to confront feelings or what they are feeling. Wants to avoid conflicts, explanation, and self-introspection. Convenient to run instead of facing other person's reaction. This is a conflict avoidant person as well. I'm sorry I had to run, but I couldn't tell you how I felt because I don't even know how I feel. It was easier for me to walk away instead of having to explain myself. Wow. Wow. Ghosted, runner, in separation. I mean, all these things are boom, boom, boom. Wow. Fragmentation of the soul. Guys. I'm going to stop pulling, feeling called to stop pulling from this deck. And I'm going to get a few other things here for you. Gosh, we've just gone over a lot of stuff. And it's only 10 minutes into the reading. That's crazy. I could just about wrap it here and call it a good day. But I want to know more. I mean, it's great that they plan to, you know, maybe they know time is ticking and maybe they hope that you'll be patient. But we need to know more, and we need to know, you know, some things. I'm going to get a couple of these, and I'm really feeling called to my Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. Very called. Alright, if these will come out, I will get a couple of these. Otherwise, I may just... Okay, I'll take whatever that is. Spacing out big time. Okay, maybe there's just one. Okay, great. We'll take it. Lone wolf. Not ready to settle down. Needs a lot of space. Can't commit in free spirit. There you go, guys. You know, free spirit will only take you so far. You wind up feeling awful alone on your deathbed. Just saying. Only play for so long, you know, or not promise tomorrow. You find a good connection, it's wise to get it together so that you can be in it. But you know what, not everyone feels worthy of that. They think they don't want it, but it's not even that they don't want it. They just don't feel good enough for it, or feel like they're entitled to be loved. And that's something ingrained from childhood, and it sucks a lot and requires counseling and assistance to really and truly get a hold of that and get it under control. Prayer. What I can say, guys, is be gentle and do pray for your person, because they are going through growth. My left eye is twitching like crazy. Be gentle. They're coming into balance with themselves. They're coming into balance. This situation had no balance. You were overgiving in this situation. Okay? There was a lot of you overgiving and them not giving. So there was no reciprocity. But they are going through growth. They're doing a lot of praying as well to find balance. More than you know. Let me read these three for you guys. Prayer. Actually, it came right open to growth as it relates. So let's go ahead and read that first. My glasses are in the car. I really need to get those. These are kind of like metaphorical cards. They're interesting. They tell like a legend and the inspiration, key ideas and keywords. Okay. Legend. Grass is excited. He's ready to tell his best friend Weed that he's gay. But Weed reacts negatively. It's the first of many judgmental encounters for Grass. For years he is turned down for jobs, and even when he applies for an apartment, Grass fights for the right to live where he wants and wins. But soon after he moves into his new apartment, someone breaks in and attacks him. In the hospital, his loved ones gather, sharing stories of who Grass was to them. He dies, leaving behind his legacy of love and courage. Your message is best expressed when you are uniquely you. Inspiration. Grass says, break away. It may be time for a change of scenery. Visit a foreign country, embark on a new enterprise, or learn a skill. Most importantly, grow. Personal inquiry. What have I outgrown? Am I willing to become independent? Key ideas. Taking a stand, living in your truth, lack of safety, clashing values, teaching by example, keywords, warrior, peace and courage. You know, a lot of the things, what I'm seeing in this, right? Okay, this obviously is a little depiction of what they just said, but what I am seeing is roots. Okay, roots dying underneath the surface. There are parts of your person that they need to go in and absolutely obliterate because they are not accurate. These are things that were ingrained in them as a child, and this involves self-worth. This involves their emotions and how they should act and behave and express themselves. And it doesn't have anything necessarily to do with being gay, unless this is like a, same-sex relationship. And maybe that's one of the things that they are overcoming in that case, and coming out the closet, and living in their authentic self. Okay. And that could be, for some of you, that could be true. And for others, disregard that part. If it doesn't apply, don't force it to fit, okay? Doesn't mean it's not your reading. So, but what I'm saying is, this person is really and truly having to dig deep, and it hurts. Because when you pull the roots up, you're pulling up your foundation and dismantling the entire foundation. Everything that you believe to be true and accurate and correct, you have to question everything. Okay, this is a terrible feeling. This was given to me. This is passed along to me, from my parents. And this just doesn't fit. It's not accurate, we judge people based on these things. People are judgy because of this. And you know what? Pass up really amazing people because everything doesn't match what they were taught. It should go along, and it should be like, okay, there could be some distinct differences between you, whether it's race, religion, age, what have you. And there are people may be just like, no, that's not for you. That's not for you. That's not the way it should be. Even though that's not the way they feel. Let's go with balance. Balance is important too. There has to be reciprocity. Because honestly, you can only give for so long before you're exhausted. Absolutely and purely exhausted. Emaciated periwinkle. I must create before the opportunity disappears. The legend. Periwinkle is a small town theater actor with big time talent. An agent arrives in town and is quite impressed with young Periwinkle. She offers him a contract and he drops everything that once mattered to him to be available for fame, feeling sure that his big break is coming. He alienates his loved ones, he signs a contract with the agency, but there are no jobs. He is told he must wait for the right one. He learns that waiting for a dream is not as powerful as living in a loving reality. Making a choice for what is in front of you, if it is the best thing for you, and your heart is telling you that's the truth. And your third eye, intuition. Inspiration. Running towards something may chase it away. Don't chase people. Don't chase this runner. Let him be. Let him live his life, and his is his journey. He must do his healing. Whatever, or masculine energy. Not he, necessarily. Could be a she, because runners come in all forms. She's a runner like a track star. I think there's a song about that somewhere. Anyway, that could be male, female. It's all just, we have both within us. So take that as it resonates too. But running towards something may chase it away. Be wary of being deceived by your own desires. It doesn't matter what you want if a person isn't ready for you or doesn't want to be with you. It is what it is, and it's something that you have to accept. Even if it is in your heart of hearts you feel differently, you need to look to see if this is illusion on your part, or If this person's just not ready, and I mean, are you spiritually linked? What is it? What is it? But what you cannot do is sit around and wait for someone to be working through their stuff and on their journey, and you're sitting stagnant. No, it doesn't work that way. You must move forward with your own journey and, excuse me, and heal yourself. Because you know what? Everyone has healing to do, and you're worth it. You're worth it. And you have to put your needs first. You cannot overgive, and you cannot constantly put someone's needs before your own. It doesn't work that way. At all. Personal inquiry. I take with me wherever I go. I take me with me wherever I go. Is there a part of my life that may be out of alignment with who I am? Key ideas: chasing illusions, health matters, compulsive behavior, dietary imbalance, being result-oriented, self-neglect, honoring values. Keywords: assistance, courtesy, and support. Prayer. Let's run with the prayer. My prayers are answered, it says. The legend: an old man sits on his porch with his grandson, sipping lemonade and reminiscing. He wanted to be a traveling preacher. He'd been all set to leave home, but his father reminded him to pray for guidance. Pray for guidance, guys. Definitely pray for guidance to the God of your understanding, or meditate. Receive downloads. However you communicate with Source, But hear what's being said. And don't lean on your own understanding, because, just the way your heart feels may not exactly be what's going on. That very night his father died, and the man realized that spirit was telling him to stay. Now his grandson appreciates the lemonade, and the old man smiles. He never regretted staying on the farm. Cool lemonade is a reminder that there is always a plan. If you were sidetracked from your path, then you'll be guided back to your true calling. Personal inquiry: if my most powerful thoughts are a form of prayer, how can I live an active prayer? Thinking positively. Putting your, desires out to the universe, absolutely. And what you think of, your mind will find more signs of that. So if you're forever thinking negatively or thinking negative thoughts, you know what? Your mind's going to find evidence of those things to present to you, so it's just going to be a never-ending negative cycle. But the same goes with positivity. So, key ideas. All prayers are answered. Following where life leads. Being of service and fulfillment. Keywords: clarity, destiny, and authenticity. This person is growing into their authentic self. Time for you to do your healing work and your growth too. Whatever is meant to happen will happen. But I do see a lot of realizations coming towards your person in reference to this connection. But whether they're ready to balance it out with you ever, or at this time, I'm going to say no, but it doesn't mean that it won't come to pass at some time in the future. But let's see. I want more information. I really, really do. Let's ask. Okay. I hadn't even asked anything yet. What is going to happen? What's the tentative outcome for my collective person in relation to their connection? How about that? Let's flip this. That's a painful ending. It's a painful ending. Okay. I'm feeling called to take this one. Setbacks. They're doing a lot of fantasizing. This is a separation. This, I'm saying, you guys are already in separation per the cards. So I would say that that painful ending has already taken place. They're not putting in the work at this time, though. But, Two of Cups, guys. This talks about balance, attraction, partnership, harmony, equality, balance, and a connection. So I feel like the eventual outcome, it could come to that. But right now they're not putting in the work. After a painful ending, they're coming to a lot of realizations, but they aren't yet putting in the work. Tell me more about the tentative outcome for this connection. Spirit, please give us more information. I also kind of combine that with how they were feeling. I guess I should be very specific. How is the collective's person feeling about the collective? Failure. They're afraid that they're going to be repeating the same situation as they've had in the past, or making the same mistakes. How is the collective's person feeling about the collective? They're avoiding a tower. They're trapped. They're locked in old ways. They're avoiding. Oh. What is the tentative outcome of this connection in the future? What is the tentative outcome for this connection in the future? What is the tentative outcome for this connection in the future? Okay. Communication. Fast moving. Oh, the Page of Cups. Love messages. Making a decision. Fast communication. Fast action. Love messages and making a decision. Along with this. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I like that for an outcome. But right now, they're avoiding a tower. They're afraid of making the same mistakes over and over again. Poverty also with the Nine of Cups in reverse. They could be dealing with financial situations at this point too. That kind of gives me a... But they're also not putting in the work. This is not putting in the work. Like they want rewards without the work. But this has come to a funky... That had come to a funky end. And in this absence and silence, though, they're learning about themselves. And that's what I got for you guys tonight. And I hope you guys are all well. Take care. Bye.